Tina planned to sabotage Lisa's chances with Director Shaw by delaying her report, while promptly sending Angela Smith's superficial one. Admission results were announced. Angela was shocked when Zach Lee's name was called instead of hers. Then came a final surprise. The legendary Dr. Athena accepted Lisa Black. Angela's arrogance shattered. What will be the consequences of this unexpected rejection? How will Angela react to this public defeat? And what secrets lie within Lisa's research, potentially linking to the dangers I'm trying to escape? For reasons I couldn't quite grasp, Angela's face paled. She whipped her head around to glare at Lisa, her expression a mixture of suspicion and barely concealed panic. "What are you looking at?" she hissed, her voice sharp and accusatory. Lisa, still reeling from the shock, could only stammer incoherently, her mind struggling to process the surreal turn of events. The throng of students, their questions a relentless barrage, pushed Angela further and further away from the center of the commotion, her face twisted with a toxic blend of jealousy and disbelief as she stood on the periphery, her gaze burning with resentment at the sight of Lisa surrounded by admirers. How could this happen? She seethed inwardly, her fists clenched so tightly that her nails dug into her palms. Why did Athena choose her of all people? While Angela grappled with her humiliation, a soft voice reached her ears. "You're Angela Smith, right?" Angela spun around, her expression still volatile. She found Tina York standing behind her, a gentle smile on her face. "You'll be working under my supervision from now on," Tina said, her tone carefully neutral. "We have some forms to fill out. If you'll follow me, we can get started." Although Angela desperately wanted to push past Tina, to confront Lisa and demand an explanation, she knew she couldn't afford to alienate her new mentor. With a forced smile, she nodded curtly and reluctantly followed Tina, the image of Lisa's newfound popularity burning in her mind. They walked towards the office building together. On the way, Tina, her voice deceptively casual, asked, "What's your relationship with Lisa Black, Angela?" Angela's jaw tightened. The question felt like a deliberate probe, a subtle reminder of her current defeat. Her eyes flashed with barely suppressed anger as she replied, her voice thick with resentment. "She's my cousin." Tina's smile remained fixed, but her eyes sharpened, observing Angela closely. "Oh, in that case, what about Nora Smith? I thought you said she was your sister." Angela's anger momentarily gave way to confusion. She struggled to maintain her composure. "We both have the last name Smith, so of course she's my sister. Lisa's last name is Black." Tina's gaze lingered on Angela, her expression thoughtful. Then she offered a small, almost conspiratorial smile. "Oh, of course. It's just that with all the excitement of the admission results, some people got the impression that she was Lisa's sister instead." Tina deliberately emphasized she, drawing attention to the ambiguous pronoun. Angela, who had always possessed a keen sense for hidden meanings, instantly picked up on Tina's subtle cues. She felt a prickle of unease. What is Miss York implying, she wondered, her mind racing. Does she know something about Nora and Lisa's relationship? Her frustration boiled over. "What do you mean by that, Miss York?" she demanded, her voice sharp. Tina's smile widened, but her eyes held a hint of amusement. "Oh, never mind. Since we're going to be working together, how about we head to my office? I can explain everything there." They continued their conversation in Tina's office. "Did you just say that Nora knows Professor Athena?" Angela's voice was shrill with disbelief, barely containing her outrage. She stared at Tina, her eyes wide with a mixture of shock and fury. "Is that really true, Miss York?" Tina raised an eyebrow, her expression carefully neutral. "Well, I saw them together once before," she admitted, her tone casual. "I always thought you and Nora were close," Tina said, her voice laced with a carefully crafted sympathy. "But I guess, well, now it all makes sense. Why she didn't introduce you to Athena or Director Shaw. I only took you in because I felt sorry for you. Otherwise, you would have failed the admission interview." Angela shook with suppressed rage. She spun around and stormed out of the office, her carefully constructed composure shattered. She pulled out her phone, her hands trembling, and dialed her parents in California. Henry and Wendy answered in unison, their voices filled with concern. Wendy sighed dramatically, her voice laced with self-righteous indignation. "I can't believe Nora would do such a thing. No matter what, Angela is still her sister." Henry slammed his fist on the table, his voice booming with fury. I'm booking the next flight to New York. I won't let her get away with this. What kind of daughter did I raise? Wendy's expression hardened. Henry, she said, her voice low and firm, if you don't go to New York and fix this for Angela, if you let Nora get away with this, then Angela and I won't forgive you. Not this time. You remember what happened last time. You were lucky then, but don't count on our forgiveness again. He sighed, his anger momentarily tempered by a sense of weary resignation. All right, Wendy. All right. I'll go. But Nora's going to regret the day she crossed me. At that same moment, my cell phone rang. I glanced at the screen. It was Lily, calling from overseas. Nora, her voice sounded tinny and distant. I've sent the DNA results. You won't believe what we found. My heart pounded against my ribs, a sudden surge of anticipation and dread. But what did Lily mean by, you won't believe? Was it something shocking, something dangerous? Something that would shatter everything I thought I knew? And was I truly prepared for the consequences of knowing the truth?